Hey guys, it's Tuesday, March 17th. We're going to do some math today. I'm coming to you today from my other part of my kitchen. I have that part, and then I have another table in here. So we're going to sit in here today for a different view. And we're going to need our math books. So if you need to, pause it here, go grab your math book. Okay, once you have your math book, we're going to turn to page 145. We're gonna do a lot of skipping around since we've done most of this stuff already. So you can start at the beginning and work your way there if you want to do some extra practice. But we're gonna do certain lessons throughout the next 2 weeks. And our first one's on page 145. So if you're still not ready, again, pause it, get yourself ready. We're gonna do a lot of pausing during this, so that way you have time to, think about these math problems and work on them as we go. Sorry about that, my finger got in the way. All right, so on page 145, we're gonna look at the associative property of multiplication with 3 factors. If you remember in the beginning of the year, you did a little bit of this with Mr. Green out in the hallway. And then we never really came back to it, so we're gonna look at that today. All right, so let's see. It says Gina has 2 quilts. A quilt is just a blanket. Each quilt has 5 rows, okay, with 3 squares in each row. How many squares are in both quilts? Solve this problem any way you choose, then find another way to solve. So go ahead and pause it here. Solve your problem in this area, okay? And then unpause it when you're done, and we'll see if we have some ones that are the same. Okay, so if it was me, the first way I would solve it is probably the easiest way. I would just count all my different squares. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm gonna put a 15 here. No, my pen doesn't work. No. Let me grab another pen. Hold on. You can take a look around. We got a pen. Okay. Back to business. All right, so I counted all of those. We ended up with 15. Now that I ruined my paper there. This one should be the same, but let's just check just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so my video got paused for a second because I got a phone call. But what you missed was I put the 15 here, and then I just added them together, and that gave me 30, and the question was, how many squares? So I'm going to write my label. So that's one way that you could solve the problem. Another way, which you might have done, is thinking about our array video from Flowcabulary, is just making a multiplication problem. So this could be 3 times 5, and this one is also 3 times 5, and we can add them together because we're going to get the same, because 3 times 5 is 15. And 3 times 5 is 15, and it'll still give us 30 squares, okay? There could be a few other ways that you solve it. As long as you're ending up with 30 squares, you're good to go. Down at the bottom here, it says, did you get a different answer when you solve the problem a different way? Explain why or why not. So pause it here, and you can write your explanation, and then come back to us when you're ready. So I would put, I did not get a different answer when I solved it a different way. They are the same. Okay? And I got that information from there, just kind of like when we're doing our PSSA practice, you got to get your beginning of your sentence from your question. All right, so let's turn the page and keep going. All right, our next page is page 146. Page 146, we're looking at the top. It says Drew is joining 3 sections of quilt. Each section has 2 rows with 4 squares in each row. How many squares are there in 3 sections? They want you to find 3 times 2 times 4. So what they're saying is this is a section of quilt, this is a section, and this is a section. So you're getting 3 sections times 2 in each one times 4 in each one going across. Okay? So the first way to figure it out is pretty simple. First you do 3 times 2, which gives you 6. Bring down your multiplication sign, bring down your 4, and just do 6 times 4, which equals 24. You have 6 rows with 4 in each, there's 24 in all. Now, because of the associative property of multiplication, it says that you can do this first, or you can do this first. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer. So if we did 2 times 4 first, we're going to get 8. Bring down your multiplication, bring down your 3. Now you have 3 times 8, which also gives you 24. 3 sections, 8 squares in each, and there's 24 in all. Okay, so now we're going to try one on our own. Using the associative property of multiplication, that means you can do this first, or you can do this first. Okay, doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer. Okay, so we're going to do this one first, and then we'll do this one first. Okay, so I'm going to split my page in 2. I'm going to put my first try, and I'm going to put my second try, and I'm going to line them up. 5 times 2 times 3. This one, I'm going to start with this one first. Over here, I'm going to do 5 times 2 times 3. And on this one, I'll do that first. So pause it here. See if you can figure them out. And then if you're having trouble, unpause it, or if you're done, unpause it. Okay, so for number 1, we're going to do 5 times 2, which equals 10. Bring down your multiplication, bring down your 3. Now I'm left with an easy problem. 10 times 3, 10, 20, 30. Okay, so now let's try this one. We should get the same answer. Okay, so we're going to do 2 times 3, which is 2, 4, 6. Bring down my multiplication, bring down my 5. 5 times 6, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And boom, same answer for both. You just multiplied 3 digits. Crazy, right? Moving on to page 147. We're going to do some practice together. Don't mind the video games in the background if you can hear them. It's my boyfriend playing video games. Do you understand? So number 1 says Sarah has 4 pages of stickers in her album. Each page has 3 rows with 2 stickers in each row. How many stickers are in Sarah's album, and how many used objects to help? I'm sorry, you may use objects to help. So here we go. We're going to take our numbers. 4 times 3 times 2, and we can choose what we want to do first. I'm going to do this first, because I know that's 12. They don't give you much room. 12 times 2 is just like 12 plus 12, so that's going to be 24 stickers. Okay, next one. Billy concludes that the product, which means the answer, of 2 times 3 times 5 is not equal to the product of 2 times 3 times 5. Is Billy correct? Look at your numbers. 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5. So should the answers be the same? Yes. You're multiplying the same numbers. All right, do you know how? Do you know how to use the associative property of multiplication? Okay, so all we're doing is we're just doing some flip-flopping here. Okay, taking these, flipping it over here. We want the same numbers. So here we go. 2, 2, 4, 4. What's missing here? Because they're the same. We'll do it again. 3, 3, 4. Uh-oh, I need my 4. 3, 3. Notice you have your equal sign. Whatever's on this side of the equal sign has to be the same numbers that's on this side of the equal sign. Okay, so we have a 2, a 2, and a 3. A 2, a 2. We need a 3. Okay, 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 4. Remember, whatever's on this side of the equal sign has to be the same numbers on this side for the associative property to work. All right, so now we have some independent practice. Okay, so I'm going to explain the directions, then you can pause it and try to figure them out, and then check your answers after you unpause it, okay? So it says for numbers 7 to 12, use the associative property, find the missing number. You can use objects or draw a picture to help, but I don't think you really need to. You're just going to be checking if you have an 8, an 8, a 3, a 3, what number should go here? Good, a 6. All right, pause it here. Finish all the way to number 12, okay? And then I'll give you directions for the second half. All right, pause it here. All right, now that you're back, you're gonna check your answers. So let's just move on. 5, 5, 6, 6, 9, 9. 5, 5, 7, 7, 2. I need a 2. Oh, need a 2. 3, 2. I need a 5. This is so simple, right? I got a 4. I need another 2 over here. All right, let's look at the bottom half for your independent practice. It says in 13 to 18, use the associative property of multiplication to find the product. You may use objects or draw a picture to help. So you're going to find the answers, okay? You can choose which 2 you want to multiply first, okay? So I'm just going to do this and pick which ones I want to multiply first, and then I'll begin. Okay, I love 5, so I'm going to do that first. Same with this one. And 3 times 3 is easy, so I'll do that one first. But you can choose to do it anyway. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll answer this first. Bring down, and now you just have to answer that 6 times 2 to get your answer. All right, pause it here, figure them out. When you're ready, unpause it to see the answers. Okay, so that one's going to be a little harder. So over here, I'm going to do 12 plus 12 plus 12. That's going to make it easier for me. 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3. Boom, 36. Okay, 12 times 2, which I know is 24. Here's 10 times 4. Just count by tens. Got 10 again. 10 times 2. And 9 times 2, which is like 9 plus 9, 18. All right, good job. You're done your independent practice. We'll move on to the next page.